I'm so sorry if you heard that. She's such a lady. I aspire to be like her one day. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as Roro and Kids, and today I'm going to talk about how I got on with my Make 9 from last year. So this is my last year's Make 9. So we have we'll go clockwise from top left. I'm really bad with my left and right, I'm sorry. So top left is the 24 Day Socks by Potter and Blue. Then we have the Chunky Dahlia, that's my cat scratching. You done? Chunky Dahlia by Lynette. Across from there is the Mermaid Avenue Socks by Summerlee Knits. Then we have the Skinner Hat by Melissa Leitman, I think. The Summer Flirt Tee in the middle by Karina Bow. Rococo by Sari Nordlund. Walk the Line, I think that's called, that shawl. I wrote these down. Walk Your Way by, no, not, I've forgotten. Melanie Berg, sorry Melanie. She's amazing as well. Then we have the Spruce Grouse Socks by Herrod of Songbird Handmade, and the Winterfell Cardigan in Aran by Katrin Schneider, I think it's Katrin Schneider. So there we go, that was what my Make 9 was. So let's see how far I got. Okay, so I started off strong, I did my 24 Days Socks by Potter and Blue. Now, you're gonna have to forgive me. I decided I was filming this today, and I went to get all the stuff that I'd finished, and these were in the wash, and they were deep in the wash because I've got all my hand knit socks going together, and these were like ages since I've wore them because they've just been in the bottom of the pile and you can't really see them. So they're a little bit tatty. I wear them a lot, so they are tatty, and I did do these right at the beginning of the year. So if I show you this heel, yeah, you can see it's like kind of starting to felt a little bit, but they're holding up. I've never had to stitch them together or anything. This is the Marshmallow colourway of West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, and it's really holding up, so there's something to tell you. I did these with a advent swap that I had, and I had little 10-ball minis, so I just kind of made them into as close of a fade as I could get and just did that, and they're lovely. They're very wrinkly and swinkly. And they're too big for these blockers as well. These blockers are tiny. But yeah. Yeah, I love them. I wear them a lot. And it's a great pattern to get rid of some scraps, to be honest. I would definitely knit them again. So that is my 24 Day Socks by Potter and Blue. They were first out the gate for my Make 9. The next one I did, I kind of went in order at first, just for the first two. And I did my, oh dear, my Chunky Dahlia by Lynette. It's covered in hair, my hair. So this is that. Now you have seen me wear this a couple of times. I do wear it a lot. It's really comfy. It's like a big comfy cozy jumper. It's lovely. I will definitely make this again one day. However, I will not use this yarn. So this is the West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat. And it is just pilling like nobody's business. Look at these sleeves. It is just, I'm constantly picking bubbles off it. And it is not because it's almost a year old. It is pilling because it pills the first day I wore it. It just pills and pills and pills and pills. It is just, yeah, not great for that. Otherwise, it's lovely. It's really warm and comfortable and comforting as well. It really picks up my hair. It's covered in it. Yeah. As for the pattern and everything, I loved it. I really enjoyed knitting it. It was just a joy. It's big, thick, chunky yarn. It's on 7mm needles. It just flies. There's no arm shaping or anything. It's straight down and then big cast off to get those cuffs nice and tight. Not big cast off, a big decrease, sorry. Yeah, it's got, I'm pretty sure it has short rows because it does hang down, but I can't remember doing the short rows. And I can't see them. Maybe it doesn't have short rows. Or maybe I'm that good you can't see them. You can always see my short rows. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know that I changed the neck because the neck is a rolled over neck. It's a double neck and I didn't want that. I thought I don't like things up here and too warm. And I thought I wouldn't like a double neck. I thought it would be too warm for me. So I knitted half of the neck, what it asked you to do. I asked you to do double and fold it over, obviously. I didn't. I did a tubular cast on so it looked like it was folded over and just knitted half of what it told me to. So, can you see this? Is it going to focus? No? No, doesn't want to play. It's been a nuisance today. But yes, that was my chunky Dahlia. You have seen me wear it numerous times. Highly recommend the pattern. There's loads of chunky Dahlia patterns as well, or Dahlia patterns I should say. There's loads of Dahlia patterns. Yeah, loads. So go on and take your pick for what you fancy. So that was that one. The next one I did, I can't remember. I've definitely skipped the Mermaid Avenue socks at this point. I also skipped the Skinner hat at this point. Now I'm not sure if I did the Summer Flirt tee then, or if I skipped more. So I'm going to show you Summer Flirt tee. I can't remember which order I did them. So the Summer Flirt tee. Oh, I've clicked it. Oh no, it's an end poking through. How very dare you. How very, very dare you. Get out. Naughty, naughty end. You still there? Oh, is that it? Yes. Right. So Summer Flirt tee. I don't think this has short rows either. That's the back because I can see where I've joined the round. Oh, it's tatty showing old mitts, isn't it? They're all like full of fluff and hair and they're all pilled. This one isn't pilled because it's 100% cotton, but yeah, this, I'll show you close. So I wore this at, it's really creased, sorry. I wore this at Yarndale. I haven't wore it since. I feel like I needed to wash it after Yarndale because I'd been super hot in Yarndale. It was so busy. It was really, really warm. And even though I only had this cotton t-shirt on, I was really warm. And I come away and thought I really need to wash that again before I wear it. It probably smells bad, but it actually doesn't. But I still think I'm probably going to give it a little wash. And I just haven't had a chance. And plus, like, Yarndale was September, I think. And then we went into cooler weather anyway. So it's not like I've had opportunity to wear it. I just haven't. But this, so the Summer Flirt tee was, the year before last I was knitting a Crown Hawthorn tee, and someone recommended this one to me, and it had been on my list since then. So I was really raring to go with this one. I was really looking forward to it because it's right up my street, what I wanted, and I love it. I do love it. It doesn't sit very well, it does ride up a little bit, but I don't think there's any short rows in it from what I remember rightly. And it's top down, so I'm not pulling out that body to put short rows in, it's not happening. Other than that, yeah, this literally cost me about £5, I think. It was knitted in Drops Safran in the mint colourway, and it, I think I got the balls, they were on sale at Wool Warehouse, and I think I got a load of them for like 80p a ball, which is about $1. I don't know how much it is in other countries, I'm sorry, but it's cheap. It's not a lot of money, and it basically, when I got them all, it come to around about £5, and I was able to make a top. So absolute bargain. Absolute bargain, and I love it. I'll definitely be wearing it again. You will see it. You will see it. It's a lovely top. So that was my third foray into the Make 9. Hang on. I'm drinking toast and jam tea, which sounds absolutely bizarre, and kind of is. I'm kind of just trying to get through the box now. Like, okay, so I've spoke about this on my podcast before. Basically, there is a company in England. Do you want to shut up? There's a company in England called Yorkshire Tea. I'm pretty sure it's Yorkshire Tea that do these. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Yorkshire Tea, they do biscuit blend tea and toast and jam tea. They also do a nighttime tea, which is lovely. And people were talking about them, and I was like, tea that tastes like biscuits? What are you on? And then Emma from Potter and Bloom, she kept drinking it, and I was like, I need to try this. So I tried the biscuit blend tea, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't taste like biscuits, it smells like biscuits, it tastes like tea. It's miraculous. I love it. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna have to try the toast and jam now, but it's just not the same. It smells like toast and jam. It just smells like jam, really. It doesn't, like, you can't really get the toast from it. And it tastes like tea, but it's got this kind of weird jam kick at the back, and it's just a little bit odd. So I'm not, but I've got a full box, and it cost me nearly £3, so £3. So it's getting drank. It's not going in the bin. It's going in me. Right, I'll shut up about tea and get on with last year's Make 9. So the fourth one I did out of my 9 was the Spruce Grouse socks by Katie Herrod, who is the lovely Songbird Handmade on Instagram. And I should put them on the blockers, shouldn't I? Get these off and back in the wash because they're stanky. Stanky socks. These aren't. These have been washed, and they've been sitting waiting for me to do this. That was, sorry, my phone going off. So the Spruce Grouse socks, Katie has a couple of patterns with Spruce Grouse. I think she's got a hat and a cowl as well as the socks. So this is those. Now these were knitted in a Skein and the Stitch Oh, hang on, let me just... Skein and the Stitch has a lucky dip section on her website where you can buy a skein for a reduced price, and she will send you just something that she's been messing about with basically in the dye pot that isn't going to be made into a normal colourway, or maybe something that's got a slight mistake in it, something like that. She will use it, explains it better on her website. I got lucky dip, and this is what I got. I got this beautiful purple and green. It's stunning. I absolutely love it. So I knitted the Spruce Grouse socks in it. Spruce Grouse socks is like a hang on, I'll take them off this because I think I can show you better. They have a knit in a pearl. It's quite hypnotic. So it goes, it's like a V going up, and then eventually it changes and they come out. You can see it there really well. So it's like the opposite at this end, and it changes in the middle and goes the other way. I struggled so much with this pattern. I really struggled. I couldn't get it into my head, and I kept getting it wrong, and I'd have pearls where I shouldn't, and it drove me a little bit bonkers. And it was all basically because in the pattern Katie says to put a marker in the middle, and I didn't. I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't. And then once I did put the marker in the middle, it just flew off the needles then. So take the advice of the designer. I speak from experience. So this also has a Turkish heel, which I'd never done before. So the Turkish heel is just like this little square that you do. And then that's it. Like the sock runs straight up, and then you just have this little flap. It's really cool actually, and it fits nice. I do like it. It is something I would be happy to knit again. Yeah. So they were cute little socks. I only did them quite short because it was kind of summery at the time. So they are quite short ones. They're not as long as what I normally do. But yeah, they're cute. So that was my Spruce Grouse socks, and it was also the last thing I actually finished on my Make 9. I do have 2 whips from the Make 9 though. So the first one I'll show you is the Skinner hat. Now, I am knitting this in the most delicious colourway ever, which is by Enchanted yarn. I'm not sure if she's dying anymore. And it was just, she said it was a skein that she'd used to mop up the bottom of the pot, the dye pot. She just mopped up the bottom of the dye pot, and this was the skein that she got. And honestly, I think she did end up replicating it, and it's called Enchanted Forest, and it's this colour. I just love it. I'm not like one for orange, but as soon as I seen it I was like, oh my god, I have to have that, and I did. I bought it before she even listed it. So I wanted to do the Skinner hat in it, and the Skinner hat, if you look at the picture, it's like quite a dense knit, and I can't properly remember what happened now. I think I did knit it on the needles stated in the pattern, and it was tiny. It wouldn't have fitted my child. So I changed to a bigger needle, and it's quite loose and not what I want. I want it to look like the picture. I want it dense. It's also still really small. Like, I have a big head. I do have a big head, but that's like, I know that's not stretched, but even so, like, I don't want it like that on my head. I don't want it stretched out like that. I want it kind of like this. So it's tiny. It's really tiny. And I don't like the fabric it's making on these needles. So what I said I was going to do was rip this out and then figure out, like, basically alter the pattern and add extra stitches in and then mess about. But obviously I'm a designer anyway, and I was very, very busy with my own stuff, and taking the time out to kind of have to work out the maths of another pattern, another person's pattern. I didn't have the energy for it. So it's been sitting in this little bag since, and I may go back to it, or I may just use that yarn for something else, because I do love the yarn. I think it's a little bit too pretty to go on my feet, so I kind of do want to use it for a hat, but the Skinner hat did disappoint me, and it's a paid for pattern as well. So yeah, the fact that I'm going to have to try and make it fit my head is a bit annoying, but there we go. Finally, the only other one that I cast on and got so far with was the Mermaid Avenue socks. I did get one done, and it has been blocked, I think, but it's a bit funny now. So the Mermaid Avenue socks are by Summerlee Knits. These are knitted in Mountain Colours yarns in the Cornflower colourway that was gifted to me by a friend a long time ago, and I just thought this pattern was perfect. It is just like fishy feet. And I do love the pattern. I love that. Look at that. It just looks like scales. I do love the pattern. And I will finish it. I just haven't had time. This is as much as I got, and it's not on the needle because I needed the needle. So I think it has one pattern repeat there. If you will focus for me. Oh, come on, camera. Just do your job. Oh, I don't know if that focused or not, but you know, you get the gist. I did a pattern repeat. So I do need to get them back on the needles and get it finished, which I will do. But considering all of my three sock needles have snapped, and I now have 2. I don't know. I've gone from like having thousands of sock needles in the same size to having hardly any, and I'm having to root around for them. So I'm currently knitting on another pair of socks at the minute, so I can't get on with them right this minute, but I will. But that is the Mermaid Avenue socks. So I haven't actually made plans for my next make 9, but I am going to be doing that. And some of these may transfer over. So let me think. Mermaid Avenue socks, I'm not going to put them in a make 9 for next year because they're nearly done, and I am just going to finish them. That Rococo top, I want to do Rococo so badly, but I cannot find a yarn to match its gauge. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my dog scratching and pumping at the same time. I'm so sorry if you heard that. She's such a lady. I aspire to be like her one day. Right, can you shut up now? What are you doing? You're going to get hair on my tea. You're going to say hello. There she is, look. You're going to say hello. Oh, don't lick my face. I don't like you licking my face. Right. Can I get on with this now? Thank you. So, the Winterfell cardigan I am not going to do. I've decided. I don't wear cardigans. I love how it looks there, but I won't wear it, I doubt very much. I would probably knit so much and never sew the buttons on. It won't be going back on next year. My dog's scratching at the door now. It won't be going back on next year. The walk your way shawl is still a possibility. But I think it might not be a make 9. I think it might just be like when I get around to that, I might knit that. I think I'm going to take it off there. So that's it. That's my make 9. give me a minute. So to recap, basically, I completed 4. I have 2 as whips, but one of them is getting frogged. So I did kind of almost 5. I've got 4.5 because one of the socks is done. Out of 9. It's not what I wanted, but it's not too bad considering the year that I had with the amount of other knitting that I did. I will do a video with everything that I knit last year because it's crazy, and I won't be able to show all of it either because some of it's with magazines, but yeah, it is crazy. So I'm going, the Rococo I am definitely going to try and do, and I'm going to put it on my Make 9 again this year because I love it so much. I really want to do it. I just need to find a yarn for it. I just can't seem to get a yarn that matches that gauge. I think it's 19 stitches, but it's like on small needles, like 3.5mm or something, which is a US 4, I think. So yeah, I need to figure that out. It's strange. I've tried a few times. So that is my plans. That is my plans. Rococo is going to move over, but the rest of them, I think we'll leave them behind. I'll finish the Mermaid Avenue sock, and you will see it appear in my podcast if you watch my regular podcast. Other than that, that's it. If you're wondering what I'm wearing today, this wasn't on my Make 9, but this is the Circle jumper by Kate Davies. It has not been blocked yet. I wore it for a few minutes in my podcast last week, but I'm recording this straight after. So in case you're like, you still haven't blocked it, it's a week later. It could possibly be blocked at this actual point in time where you're watching this. I don't know. But this is the Circle by Kate Davies, and it is lovely, but it is bottom up. So if you're not a bottom up fan, beware. But I'm not a bottom up fan, and this really wasn't that bad. So yeah. That is what I'm wearing, and that was my Make 9 last year. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and perhaps hit subscribe if you'd like to come back and visit me again. Yeah, and I'm gonna be off, and I'll put pen to paper and plan next year's Make 9. What will it be? See you soon. Bye.